Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to Watchbox, and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email me, tmosso at thewatchbox.com. It's in the description below. Your purchase and pricing email question line for buying this or any watch you see here on Watchbox Reviews. Email me at tmosso at thewatchbox.com. And today we are discussing the Patek Philippe Nautilus in rose gold, the 5711/1R-001, a timepiece that is part of the 5711 family, launched at Basel 2006, and it is 40 millimeters in diameter by a 8.7 millimeter thickness, and then lug to lug. There are two different ways to measure this watch. It's 44.5 millimeters lug to lug, but if you include the solid extension, the rigid outer flare of this intermediate link, it actually has a distance across the wrist of 48 millimeters, which is still laudably compact, and the watch wears well on a smaller wrist. I'll demonstrate this right now on my 16 centimeter circumference wrist. We'll talk about the clasp and the bracelet in just a moment. It is double deployant with a clamshell, as you can see. Throw the watch on the wrist. My wrist 16 centimeters circumference wears the 5711 easily. It's comfortable, it's flat, it's flush, laudably thin, as I mentioned earlier. The timepiece will slip underneath any kind of a cuff, and you can really see that not only is it thin, but the side is sloped, so a cuff can ramp up and over. I can recommend it for a wrist as small as 13.5 centimeters circumference, as it is noticeably more compact than something like a 5726. Now, the timepiece is heavy and substantial, as Patek gives you a lot of material. Rose gold changes the look of the Nautilus, giving it an opulence that is lacking in the somewhat austere steel model. As you can see, warmth and in abundance. Polished center links, H-pattern primaries, beautifully tapered. I can see the step down, that is the slope, but I can't feel the step down between the links. That's how fine the tolerances are. You can also see there's a lovely hairline bevel that runs perfectly aligned from the lug all the way down the shoulders of the individual links. Satin finished on their sides, satin finished on their tops, with big enough gaps between the primaries underneath to avoid pinching skin or pulling hair. Patek uses pins and sleeves in its bracelet, which are reliable and tough, but you will need a punch and a block if you want to size and add or remove links at home. Now, there's a double deployant clasp with a chassis that curves to match the underside of the wrist. A feature that I noted, and I'm impressed, is the use of a spring-loaded set of ceramic pin snaps to allow the clasp to maintain its tolerances over time, as the gold cannot wear down the ceramic. It's crisp, it shuts with a snick, locks with a snap, pop it back open. It is a very thin clasp, so wonderfully distinct from the dive clasps we generally see on watches that are this water resistant, and it is water resistant. With a screw down crown, it's 120 meters rated. Now, you can see the original lines penned by Genta in 1976, a response in many regards to his own 1972 Royal Oak. Some of the same concepts are here developed. As you can see, the watch features a rounded polygon for its bezel with satin tops and polished flanks, and a full bracelet of bracelet and case. Not just that the two are joined, but that the lines of the one actually flow into the other and vice versa. There are the distinctive Nautilus winglets, which are responsible for this model sometimes being listed as 42 millimeters in diameter. I measure it diagonally to get 40. And then the timepiece includes a dial with the original Genta, lateral striations, but here they include a gradient, not the blue that you'll see on the standard 5711, but a sort of brown bronze with a golden bronze color at center, and then it's almost black at its outer edge, metallic and reflective. It is quite dramatic, with rose gold aperture for the date, rose gold hands, and rose gold applique indices. Now, the watch does include a stop seconds function if you back pressure, but I'm going to demonstrate how that's done. It does not have a traditional hacking seconds function. I'm going to show you what I mean by back pressure. You can effectively stall the seconds hand where you want it to be to synchronize to a reference time, but if you let it go, it will run. However, the watch does include a quick set date function, so you can rapidly cycle the date should you encounter an irregular length month, or should the watch run down. And I'm not going to use the quick set till I know I'm out of the danger zone right there. I wasn't going to be caught on camera doing that. And there you go, that's the quick set mechanism right there. The crown is a screw down, and it does have considerable protection against shearing, as the winglet also provides considerable shoulder. Now, looking around, you can see caliber 324 SC. It is center seconds with a calendar. 29 jewels, 6 position adjusted, and per the Patek Philippe seal and the use of the Spiromax anti-magnetic silicone hairspring, the watch is guaranteed from the factory to run no worse than -3 + 2 seconds per day. It's unidirectional winding for efficiency with ceramic rotor bearings to add to the efficiency as well as reduce the lubrication requirements and maintenance requirements. It beats away at 28,800 vibrations per hour, and that 6 position adjustment is rendered on a Gyromax style free sprung balance, so it's relatively shock tolerant. The watch has a 35 to 45 hour power reserve, and as you can see, it is handsomely made with mirrored bevels, elaborate engine turning on the click wheel for the winding system on the base plate, as well as the center of the rotor, circular Cote de Genève on the rotor, linear Cote de Genève across the bridges, polished pin posts and polished screw heads with chamfered slots and circumference. It is a beautifully made movement. Handsome, thin, accurate, and these days reasonably tough. The 324 provides ample artistry inside this artisanally crafted case and bracelet combination. Email tmosso@thewatchbox.com for purchase and pricing details. The Patek Philippe 5711 1R by Night.